G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steeler Nation Australia. I just got done filming or doing a podcast with my mate Daniel from State of the Steelers and on the unofficial Steelers podcast. It was a super great time. It was awesome. It was so much fun to do it. However, we did come to a point in the podcast where we yet again started talking about Matt Canada. And guys, we have a game tomorrow. We have a massive game tomorrow, and this video will be about the Matt Canada offense. And I'm kind of sick of saying it. We keep talking about the last few years. Can the Steelers run the football? Can they penetrate the line and get beyond 5 yards? Can they put a drive together, get first downs? Can they actually score some points? And I want to bring up a few things because this Matt Canada offense, at some time, some way, they have to go out there and execute the offense to a high degree. And I believe they're not doing that with the Matt Canada offense. You have all the skill players you can have. How many skill players do you need, Canada, to go out there and do something? Do something. The offense is averaging, I believe, about 15 points a game or 16 points a game. And it's terrible. They have a young quarterback in Kenny Pickett. He's cleared from his concussion. He's ready to go. They're getting Frymouth back at the tight end position. They have a big tight end in Zach Gentry who can be a blocking tight end. Number 2, they have Connor Haywood. If I stick with the tight end room for the moment, Connor Haywood played a fantastic game versus the Bucks. Use those players to the full advantage. Get Frymouth moved more and use more in the middle of the field. Be a safety net for Kenny Pickett. If I go to the receivers, Pickens is playing fantastic as a rookie. Get him more involved. DJ has had some drops. He has. But he can play good as a receiver and be that maybe that number 2 guy to Pickens or to Claypool. Claypool had a fantastic game last week. I'm not a big Claypool fan. You guys know that. But where is the excitement for our team and where's the excitement for this offense? The offense right now, it's super frustrating to watch because I know when I watch the game tomorrow at 11 a.m., Sunday Night Football, having a few brewskis, singing a few beers, thinking, I've got all these weapons. The offensive line's playing okay. All these weapons. Najee Harris, you have a running wrecking ball in Warren, and they're not using them to their full potential. And it's frustrating. The Steelers are averaging, I'm reading stats now, Steelers are averaging 16.2, right? Points per game, which is awful. The highest is Kansas City at 29. I'm not saying you need to be Kansas City, but you need to be scoring around 21 points. You have to be. If I go to the total offense in yards per game, and this is through 6 games, and it's just not cutting the mustard, guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers are averaging 291 yards per game, which is 15 yards shorter than last year with 312. 29th in the league, 290 yards per game. It's just awful in this system. And at some stage, somehow, I talk about the players waking up or the players buying into the system or buying into the offense, buying into the team. I believe that Matt Canada needs to do something absolutely fresh. Just stop being conservative and go out there and just move the football. As a fan, how can we not ask for anything more than that? Now, rushing yards per game too. The run game is not working either. The Pittsburgh Steelers are ranked 28th out of 32, 86 yards per game. The only one that is doing worse is Tampa Bay at 67. They're 32. LA Rams 70. Miami's rushing is even worse, 81 yards, right? Can they get the rock to Najee Harris and to Warren and get about 100 yards per game or more and effectively take care of the football and move it down the field? We are not seeing that with this offense. So I'm super frustrated because this Matt Canada offense, I'm so excited to see the Steelers play. The game versus Dolphins, Sunday Night Football. Let's go. We're all keen to play. And then you go out there and you start to watch the offense just play in shambles. So to me, this week, guys, in this game, there is a lot of pressure on Matt Canada. There has to be a lot of pressure on Matt Canada because he's just not getting the job done. He's not getting the job done, right? If I go to, let me go to total offense. Let's go yards per play, then I'll do plays per game. Yards per play right now is the worst in the NFL. The absolute worst in the NFL. 4.88 yards per play. The best is 6.6, right? It's absolutely terrible for this offense. And this is why I'm excited to be a Steelers fan. I always will be. but something's holding them back. And it could be the playbook, it could be the leadership of Matt Canada. And it's just not cutting the mustard. That's what's so frustrating about this team. The defense is playing better, they can get back at it. We have plays per game. I believe he might even have the highest plays per game. So we have Pittsburgh is averaging 61 plays per game. All right. So they've been holding the football a lot better than usual. But still, this to me, guys, is a game where can you get Muth involved? Can you get Hayward involved? And I'm talking about Connor Hayward. Can you run the rock with Najee effective enough to get first downs? They got to fire up on offense. They got to take control of the game because I'm kind of sick of watching the heart attack games where we win by 1 point or we lose by 3 in the end. But if we don't hold the football, we don't hold the rock, we don't play creatively on offense, we can lose this game. We definitely can. But we've seen it. We've seen it time and time and time again. We've seen this notion with a Matt Canada offense. It's been stale. It's been boring. And it's really hard to watch. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what? You have a chance. Sunday Night Football, taking on the Dolphins. You're playing away. Everyone says you're going to lose. This is the time to go into the playbook and really, really take care of business. Take control of the offense and run down the field and put points on the board and do not stop until the game is over. Do not stop. If you're winning 35, you keep going. You run the football to get to 42. You keep going and going and going. To me, guys, there's a lot of pressure on Matt Canada. I'm not a big fan of him. I know a lot of you guys out there aren't a fan of him either. And it's frustrating. I wanted to voice my frustration. The players, I think, are very skillful. Very, very skillful. The offensive coordinator is very, very boring. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Enjoy the game.